All right, good morning. Thanks for getting morning ready with us here on The Wax. It's Monday, June 9th. I'm Caitlin Nuclo.
And I'm Caitlin Francis. Lots to get you updated on here if you're just waking up with us this morning on The Wax. We do appreciate that, but we got some changes in the forecast. So if you're getting ready to head out the door for work or bringing the kids to school, good morning to meteorologist Jill Gilardi. It's not the nicest start.
It could be worse.
It could be.
We know tomorrow's going to be the worst compared to today.
Okay.
So a minimal use of an umbrella, calling it that for this morning. Very few of us will need it, but there are a few showers we're tracking. As we gave you that first alert about this weekend, that we were going to see a few of these this morning. So first alert live radar, you got a couple of downpours. Most of this is focused from Warren all the way up through Heartland. So yeah, you'll need the umbrella briefly here. Everywhere else, it is pretty much just dry and kind of dreary looking with a lot of cloudiness. A little bit of a breeze starting to pick up. A little bit more refreshing feeling too. The dew points aren't as high, so not as muggy as it has been. 60 degrees up at Windsor Locks, and that flow's coming out of an easterly direction, which usually kind of keeps us a little bit cooler, cloudier, and that's going to be the case today. So these numbers are not going to go very far, is what we're saying. But heading out for the walk this morning, if that's a part of your plan, just know that a shower could pass by. It's a low chance, but it's a possibility. With temperatures in the low 60s. Not a big climb today, falling short of normal, probably by at least 10 degrees with upper 60s inland, lower 60s down towards the shoreline. Let's give you an idea, though, as we go town by town. 64 Litchfield, 68 in New Britain, near 70 in Ellington, 67 Plainfield. So yeah, a nice, cool, kind of refreshing start to the week. You know, we're going to be seeing those numbers that are in the mid 60s to upper 60s. Yeah, so kind of held back today with some clouds, maybe a little spot shower. But tomorrow we're giving you the first alert for higher rain chances, heavier rain. More on that coming up a little bit later. Caitlin?
All right, thanks, Jill. Good morning, everyone. 7:02 here on your Monday morning. Following this first alert for you in Sharon, Route 7 remains closed at the Housatonic Meadows campground. This is from an overnight crash, so just make sure that you're avoiding the area. Also want to mention briefly here, if your travels this morning take you along Route 8, both north and southbound through Shelton and Derby, the Commodore Hull Bridge is undergoing some road work here, so you can expect some delays, lane closures, and ramp closures due to ongoing road work there on the bridge. And we are hearing that it's causing quite the mess for a lot of commuters, so make sure that you're paying extra close attention. Live look outside now. Not the nicest start, not the worst start. Don't think you'll need the sunglasses here this morning as we're taking a look at some reduced visibility, some dreary conditions in Hartford, Waterbury, Middletown, and in Meriden. Daytime construction work will be abundant, and that starts usually between about 8:30 and 9 o'clock. Let's quick check at your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
This morning, a mother and her baby boy are recovering after being seriously hurt, and police are still trying to figure out exactly what happened.
So the two were reported missing yesterday in the town of Washington before a massive search by state police. Your reporter Owen Kingsley breaking down what we know right now.
Well, everything started on Brinsmead Road yesterday morning as a silver alert for a 27-year-old woman and her baby boy. Now, those two were last seen earlier that morning on Sunday, leaving their home. It was later in the day that state police found the two suffering serious injuries. They did not share any more specific details about how badly they were hurt. State police cleared the scene minutes before we arrived, around 4 o'clock this morning. So far, they have not told us if there are any suspects or if any arrests have been made. Police have asked media to come set up about 5 minutes away. That's why we're here right now in the center of town. We are still waiting to hear from state police, though, whether or not there have been any suspects or arrests connected to this case. As we learn more, we'll continue to update you. Your reporter in Washington, Owen Kingsley, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Happening now, two people facing charges after police say they pointed a gun at someone and then stole a car in Waterbury. This happened near Pine and Bishop Streets. Police chased the two suspects until they crashed in Naugatuck, but police tell us everyone was okay. And happening today, a man from Cromwell due in court after police say he was involved in a hit and run in West Hartford. Police say the crash happened over the weekend on South Main Street. That victim taken to the hospital. We are still working to get an update on that person's condition.
Well, happening now, police are looking for the person who shot a man inside a club in New Haven. Police say it happened at the Catwalk Club on East Street on yesterday morning. The victim was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive.
7:05 now. We're following developing news out of California this morning, where thousands of people have taken to the streets of LA to protest after President Donald Trump deployed the National Guard there.
The protesters have been blocking off streets, setting cars on fire, as you see in that video there, all while law enforcement is using tear gas and rubber bullets to try to control them. Protests have been taking place since Friday, and President Trump sent in 300 troops to try to crack down on immigration in LA. That sparked all this. Governor Lamont is calling this an abuse of power.
Happening in Meriden, a high school senior will not be graduating with his class tomorrow because he's been detained by ICE agents.
Your reporter Marcy Jones is in Meriden with the local reaction this morning.
Well, classmates tell us that they plan to represent their friend Kevin tomorrow at their graduation ceremony, even though he won't be physically present. Many hoping for his swift release. According to our partners at CT Insider, the student, identified by classmates as Kevin, was taken into ICE custody along with his father during a scheduled immigration check-in in Hartford. At this time, it remains unclear what day Kevin and his father were taken into custody and where their family is from. Loved ones say they're currently being held in a Texas facility. Many of Kevin's fellow students tell us they plan to protest peacefully at their graduation tomorrow. Former U.S. Secretary of Education Miguel Cardona, who has ties to Meriden and was a former educator here, says he's responding to the case and offering support.
Know that no matter where you are, on Tuesday, you're going to be a graduate of our school system. I'm sorry this is happening to you, and just know that there are people that stand behind you. Good luck.
School officials say they still plan to read the student's name during graduation tomorrow, and Channel 3 has reached out to federal immigration officials for an update on the case. We have yet to hear back. Your reporter in Meriden, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And new this morning, President Donald Trump's travel ban now in effect. People from 12 countries are blocked from entering the United States. Those countries are mainly in Africa and the Middle East. We're going to take a look at the full list on your screen in just a moment. But the ban means anyone applying for a visa from those countries will be rejected unless they meet very specific criteria for an exemption. There's a list there for you. Visas will not be taken away, though, from anyone who already has one.
We're following breaking news from overnight. Officials in Ukraine say Russia launched nearly 500 drones to attack Ukraine overnight. That would be the largest overnight drone attack since the start of the war. We're working right now to learn how many people were hurt.
And today it's 7:08 here on your Monday morning. If you drive Route 8 through Derby or Shelton, your morning commute could get a little bit tricky.
Yeah, some people have been complaining about these delays. Crews are making repairs on the Commodore Hull Bridge, and some of you have reached out to us saying those repairs are causing chaos on the road. So you can still drive on the bridge, but some of the lanes are closed. An inspection found that parts of that bridge were in pretty bad shape. New this morning, those of you who take the train to work will have a simpler commute today. Transportation officials say Metro North trains on the New Haven line are back up and running. Some of them were canceled Friday morning after power lines came down on the tracks. We're told crews worked around the clock over the weekend to make repairs. And taking a train in our state could soon cost you a bit more. Transportation officials want to hear from you about this. Their plan would increase prices by 5% in September, then another 5% in July of next year. You can make your voice heard here about commenting through the Department of Transportation website until July 6th, and there's in-person and virtual meetings scheduled for next week.
Good morning, everyone. Well, we're starting off with just mainly cloudy skies. Just a few locations seeing passing showers. That's across northwestern Connecticut. So most of us will have a dry start. And yeah, you might get a few breaks of sunshine. That hope is certainly there in New London based on that current view. The temperatures are not going to be super warm today, hanging out in the low 60s generally. New London, for example. And then for Hartford, according to the First Alert Weather app, the temperature is climbing into the upper 60s. So held back certainly by those clouds. The shower chances low, but not zero today. So if you have plans after work or something like that, get in some of that yard work, looking like the weather will be cooperating for you. And we'll see, yeah, showers to start for some. A few isolated showers are possible at any point today, this afternoon especially, but it's going to be wettest tomorrow with even some storms being possibly a part of the mix. We'll talk about that First Alert for a wetter drive tomorrow coming up here in just a few minutes.